Hi, everyone. So we're looking today at activity 1 in module 3, unit 1, which is called Students in the Digital Age. So what we've had to do for this one is take 2 different surveys, one for teachers and one for students. Because it's summer, we did have to get creative about how we got those responses within our cohort, but I think we've got some really good things that we are able to look at. So let's quickly share what we're looking at for the first one. I'm going to share my screen and show you what it looks like. And we're going to go to the student getting to know you, or excuse me, the teacher getting to know you. So this text survey that we've created, I put together the questions here. I wanted them to be able to get enough response, but I didn't want them to be too lengthy because I didn't want people to go through it in hopefully within 2 or 3 minutes. So looking at the questions about how the technology is used, what kind of devices are used, are mobile phones used, how well they are supported, and let's have a look at the responses. So I just got my third response in, and in looking at the responses, it looks like the schools that I got in responses back from are well supported with technology. They've all got technology being used in their rooms. They've got iPads, they've got one-to-one environments, and they also do have good opportunities both internally and externally for teachers to continue to develop their skills. I did see quite a difference in the platforms. Some schools using Apple, some using Microsoft with the Office 365 and the Google platform. So there's quite a bit of differences there in what the actual platforms that are used. It seems that the most common classroom setup now is definitely with some at least smart board or interactive board at the front. And that students either have their own dedicated device or there is like a set that they can use. And most of the devices these days in education, also from when I've surveyed, have been of the Apple variety, either MacBooks or iPads. One question that I asked about using mobile phones, that was actually coming from one of my the other people that brainstormed in my group, and it seems to be a pretty resounding no. Most of the time they're of a distraction, and some schools even have rules against them. And then as far as using technology, well, again, this is a very small sample size, so I don't have a ton of information there, but it does seem that most teachers are pretty comfortable with technology, but they also are able to control what technology they use. So part of me thinks that maybe they're choosing to use the technology that they're more familiar with. So that's what we've got for teachers. And I really want to to highlight that this survey, I think, brings out some good responses, and also maybe a little bit of hesitation from people about how much tech that they actually do want to be using. The second half is also a second survey that I'll share with you about students. And I put together, because I teach very young students, a very simple age-appropriate survey. Now, this survey is not in depth at all. Most of the questions actually are multiple choice. There's only one where they have to fill in something. And that's on purpose, because getting a 7 or an 8-year-old to do a survey with filling out paragraphs of information is just not practical. What I learned is that I did ask some pointed questions about, the student's ability to, where they thought their reading level is or what their home language is. That's an excellent, informer for me. Also, if they have their own technology at home or if they have to share it with someone else. And overall, we have students feeling that most of them are kind of in the middle where their reading is. Home language, I got a lot more both English and Arabic or Arabic only. And I know that the students who don't have English as their home language generally perform weaker, especially in terms of reading and reading comprehension. with English. Almost all of them do have their own personal device at home. Of course, I'm lucky to be working for relatively affluent international school and clientele. And most students not having any special needs or really just a special diet, but nothing like that. Not a surprise. Some of their favorite things to do are either gaming like Minecraft or Fortnite, or seeing their friends, some sort of activity like that. The last question that I asked was also looking at how much time they see their parents, because I do live in a bit of a nanny culture, and unfortunately, some of the students really don't see their parents very often, and there is sometimes just a little bit of extra TLC that's needed for me as the teacher when I know that's the situation. So being able to take a lot of these responses, figuring out how I'm going to better inform my instruction, how I can do better at getting to know the students, just some very basic questions, but I think that really helps out, especially for the new students that I don't know. So thanks for watching. I hope this was informative for you. And this is Matt, and I will speak to all of you again later. Bye.